Scotland no longer has a criminal justice system. It has a victim justice system. Yay! This is something that we're meant to be proud of. And if you read documents, listen to talks, it's something that criminal justice systems, not just here, but around the Western world, have become geared around this idea of focusing on the victim. So you find leading figures like Dorothy Bain, who's the Lord Advocate. So Dorothy Bain's job is to be neutral, right? To be balanced and to be rational. But Dorothy Bain, like many others, carelessly slips from using the term complainer to using the term victim. And she's the person who is the most senior judge in Scotland. The problem is that in a rape case, there is no victim until the verdict. If you call somebody a victim before the verdict, you are undermining justice. Yeah. And we see this slip constantly. Right? Politicians and the police slip in the terms that they use. We've also had over the last 10 years something where people start to talk about #believe. And I've been in rooms with very senior politicians and police officers where they celebrate this idea, come forward, you will be believed. If you read any of the reports, and I've read all of them now, they all start from the same position. How to make the justice system work better for the complainer or the victim. Rarely, if ever, is there a paper that's written looking at the issue of the accused, or more generally, what all of us, the police, judges, the Crown prosecution and so on, what all of us should be interested in, which is justice. Almost none of the papers are written from the basis of how to have a better justice system. They are all written on how we can have a better system for the complainer. Nobody here believes that a guilty man should walk free, and that is not the point of this process. The point of the protest is that we want to have a fair trial and a justice system that is fair and just. When we have a politicised legal system that relies on one-sided academic evidence, coupled with an approach which starts from the concerns of the victim, in a court that thinks that it's progressive and morally good to believe all women, then we have to conclude that rape trials in Scotland en masse are no longer fair. It was over 200 years ago Benjamin Franklin, one of the founders of the modern world in many respects, made the argument that it is better that 100 guilty men go free than one innocent man is locked up. Right? That was a fundamental principle of understanding where the balance of justice, where you have a massively powerful state against an individual, where that balance should lie. Today we have an MSP who says if one man in 100 in prison is innocent, then that is a price worth paying. Right? So the fundamental values of what a liberal justice system are meant to be are being turned upside down. We have barristers who now refuse to take on rape cases because they know that there is no point and they cannot bear the process that they understand to be profoundly unfair. We have evidence that is being withheld from juries day after day, hundreds, potentially thousands of men who have not had a fair trial because evidence is constantly being withheld. And if people want to look at this and look at the evidence that's being withheld, it is utterly mind-boggling. Justice for Innocent Men Scotland, I think, is incredible. I think the work that you're doing is fantastic. And most of all, I think you're going to win because justice is on your side. Thank you.